Dun, dun. Okay, we're live. Good morning. Welcome to Manhood. Drop this down here. Oh, we do have baby girl over here in the corner. Seems to be uncomfortable this morning, so we'll see how this goes. I'm a little late because of she's been a little full of herself, wanting all the attention. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, we seem to be online. It's saying we're not online. But we seem to be online. Sucks. Okay, I think we're online now. Let's do it. You can listen to these ladies cackle. All right, this morning we're going through 1 Samuel chapter 17. Somebody else. Oh, you can? Ouch. I like the health. There it is. You can parry him. That's what we need to do. That was bad. Some weird. I don't know what he's doing. Okay, I think you have to parry him at least twice. Ouch. Okay. You have to be pretty far away from him. No, thanks. I don't have a Discord. Also, I've never seen you watch before. Okay. Okay, yesterday's commitments. We didn't make that many. Today we're making a bunch of them, though, because we're going to get back into it. So, we'll be back in there. Gratitude for the day. We've got a park right down the hill from our house. We're going to take our kids down there. It's not like a huge investment to go through. And that was great. We really enjoyed it. I get to play tag with them. Okay, don't hit her with that. Okay, well, I couldn't even roll out of that. So that's fun. We have a ton of leftovers right now. People have been bringing us meals and stuff after having the baby, and that's been a huge blessing. And most of it's really good. Pretty of it. So that's great. And then I get to go back to working full-fledged today. Some would view that as not a positive thing. I do. All right, I gotta figure out when I can parry and when I can't. All right, come here. That should have. can't get him. Oh, it was bad. That was bad. I should have. He was up on a rock. Couldn't get him. Okay, what was the last thing? I think for a double-sided tape. I had to make some good use out of that recently. So there you go. That's my third. All right, heading into 1 Samuel 17. Now the Philistines gathered their armies for battle, and they were gathered at Succoth, which belongs to Judah. It's just a tad bit bigger. She's starting to cry. They gathered at Succoth, which belongs to Judah, and encamped between Succoth and Azekah in Ephes Damim. And Saul and the men of Israel were gathered and encamped in the valley of Elah. I'm gonna kill her fast, but he gave me some attacking moves. I don't know if I'm still near there. Alright. It's all on us. Watch this. Wait. Well, if you just stay really close, you can get out of there. Got out of it. Look at that. Swing at me. Come on. That was ridiculous. The one I tried to parry went over my head. Okay. Saul and the men of Israel gathered. They came to the valley of Elah, drew up in line against the line of battle against the Philistines, and the Philistines stood up on the mountain on the other side, and Israel stood on the mountain on the other side, with a valley between them. And there came out of the camp the Philistine champion named Goliath of Gath. Excuse me. Whose height was 6 cubits and a span. Oh, this guy, man. You have to do that twice to break his posture. Okay. Alright. It's really hard to stay right where you have to stay in order to stay alive there. Okay. Alright, Goliath comes out. He was 6 cubits in a span. It's pretty tall. I think it was like 8 or 9 feet. He's going to be okay. He had a helmet of bronze on his head, and he was armed with a coat of mail, and the weight of the coat was 5,000 shekels of bronze. And he had bronze armor on his legs, and a javelin of bronze slung between his shoulders. The shaft of the spear was like a weaver's beam, and his spear's head weighed 600 shekels of iron, and his shield bearer went out before him. Coming down to... I'm going to try the jellyfish. Man, he throws before I can even reach the point where I can get this guy out. Look at that. Do it again. Ouch. Ow. I think the jellyfish is a better play. He stood and shouted to the ranks of Israel, "Why have you come out to draw up for battle? Am I not a Philistine, and are you not servants of Saul? Choose a man for yourself, and let him come down to me. If he's able to fight with me and kill me, then we will be your servants. But if I prevail against him and kill him, then you shall be our servants and serve us." What's up, bull? Have an amazing day, man. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for checking in. Okay, so this is interesting too because of, and this we'll get further context on this in a second. But what's crazy to me is that essentially they play this realm of... Alright. Need to hit twice. Hit me again. There we go. So it's like one guy fights for the entire army and decides the future of them. Man, this jellyfish is... Oh, I missed. Get over here. He's still focused, the jellyfish? Oh, I rolled too early. Okay. I think this is a good round. I think getting the guy poisoned with that guy, keep him distracted, it's gonna be good. We'll work it out. Okay, so they agree to essentially, he's like, hey, whoever kills who becomes the servant of the other. And the Philistine said, I defy the ranks of Israel. Give me a man that we may fight together. When Saul and all of Israel heard these words of the Philistine, they were dismayed and greatly afraid. Okay, one other thing I wanted to call out here. So it says, when it introduces him, there came out of the camp of the Philistines a champion named Goliath of Gath. So the champion of Gath comes out. And it makes me wonder, we just got done with the story of, and this is a while back, I don't know how many years it's been, but the story of I rolled that. Let's roll. We'll keep distracted. Missed it. I feel like that's ridiculous. Ouch. Roll. Oh, man, it takes so long. I'm trying to get the parry off, and I'm not got the timing down. Okay, so this guy, if he was of Gath, Gath was one of the cities where the Ark of the Covenant was taken when they brought the Ark out years ago when Eli was the priest and he died. And remember, they take it out and like it goes terribly for the Philistines. Like God shows like he has power over their god Dagon, over all this stuff. And so then essentially what happens is they put together a guilt offering for God of these golden tumors, these golden mice. And they're like, hey, we are sorry that we took this thing from you. Okay, this is ridiculous, man. How do you do that? Maybe I need to just roll through it. I made this big talk, though, about being a parrying guy. And it's not really working out. So he would have remembered this, right? They bring back, like, the Ark of God to the Israelites, directly deliver it to them, like admitting defeat for their God. And they bring a guilt offering for the God of Israel. So they know that the God of Israel is a powerful God, which I find super interesting. When Saul heard these words, he was dismayed. Oh, man. And he killed it. I was hoping he wouldn't kill it. Should have rolled into that. You always roll into it. That doesn't ever work. I'm going to stop parrying. In fact, I might just pull out two swords. Okay, Saul heard it. They were and the people. And they were dismayed and greatly afraid. Once again, showcasing this lack of trust in God. And just the fear of other people. Now, David was the son of an Ephrathite. of Bethlehem in Judah named Jesse, who had 8 sons. In the days of Saul, the man was already old and advanced in years. The 3 oldest sons of Jesse followed Saul into battle. I'm doing terrible on timing today. All right. You got a quick turnaround. Stay focused on me, brother. Oh, that's bad. Bad healing time. Good. Oh, come on. Just focus me, though. You just keep damaging him, brother. Ooh, that was good. That was good. No, get away. What are you doing? You've been so far away this entire time. What are you doing? Oh, that was super far. I didn't realize it was already stretched. All right. Okay, calm down. Calm down. Seems like that would be painful. Okay, that felt ridiculous. All right. Okay. The 3 oldest sons of Jesse had followed Saul into battle, and the names of the 3 sons who went to battle were Eliab, the firstborn. This is the one that Samuel thought should be the king based on how he looked. Before God said, I don't choose people based on their look. And then the next to him was Abinadab, and the third was Shammah. David was the youngest. The 3 eldest followed Saul. But David went back and forth from Saul to feed his father's sheep in Bethlehem. Remember, David's in service of Saul at this point because of the evil spirit, tormenting spirit, or some say the harmful spirit. For 40 days, the Philistines came forward and took his stand. This is Goliath, morning and evening. And Jesse said to David, his son, can I ride the horse here? I think I figured that out last time. Every single time I do this. Waste of a heal. Let's get in here. Get in here, brother. Ouch, what a swing, dude. Oh, of course. Yeah, that makes sense. His focus changes so fast. See that? Look at that. That's terrible. On poisoning him. Ouch. I don't know how to get far enough away, and I'm falling off a cliff. No. Oh, that's not good. We're going to spend this entire game just fighting this one guy today. We're going to struggle through this. Jesse said to David his son, take your brothers an ephah of this parched grain and these 10 loaves and carry them quickly to the camp to your brothers. Also, take these 10 cheeses to the commander of their thousands. See if your brothers are well, and bring some token from them. Now Saul and they and all the men of Israel were in the valley of Elah, fighting with the Philistines. And David rose early in the morning and left the sheep with the keeper and took the provisions and went. And Jesse had commanded him. And he came to the encampment as the host was going out to the battle line, shouting the war cry. And Israel and the Philistines drew up for battle, army against army. And David left the things in charge of the keeper of the baggage and ran to the ranks and went to greet his brothers. When he talked with them, behold, the champion of the Philistine of Gath, Goliath by name, came out. Did I not? Oh, that's weird. Oh, and I fell off a cliff. It must have been. Gotta go all the way back up. All the way. Okay. So Goliath comes out, spoke the same words as before, and David heard him. All the men of Israel, when they saw the man, fled from him and were much afraid. And the men of Israel said, have you seen this man who has come up? Surely he has gone. Oh, come on. Get out of here. I don't want to fight you. Can I take them up here to fight with this guy? Come along. Oh. Okay, never mind. Never mind, it didn't work. Have you seen this man who's come up? Surely he has come up to defy Israel, and the king will enrich the man who kills him with great riches and give him his daughter and make his father's house free in Israel. And David said to the men who stood by, what shall be done for the man who kills the Philistine and takes away the reproach for Israel? For who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God? You see David's focus there, right? David's focus is not on people. It's on the fact that he is defying the people who are called by God, right? He's like, hey, this is like, we're of the army of the living God. Like the only true God we're a part of. This guy is defying, in essence, the true God himself. And the people answer him the same way. So shall it be done to the man who kills him. Now Eliab, his eldest brother, heard him when he spoke to the man, and Eliab's anger was kindled against David, and he said, why have you come down? And with whom have you left those few sheep in the wilderness? I know your presumption and the evil of your heart, for you have come down to see the battle. And David said, what have I done now? Was it not but a word? And he turned away from him toward another and spoke in the same way, and the people answered him again as before. When the words of David spoken were heard, they repeated them before Saul, and he sent for him. And David said to Saul, let no man's heart fail because of him. Your servant will go and fight with this Philistine. So he's just like flat out like, I'm not worried about this. Like, I'll go and fight him. All right, let's roll. Figured out the timing of the attacks, though. Oh man, he stayed focused. Wow, that was bad. That was bad. Okay. And Saul said to David, you're not able to go against this Philistine and fight him, for you are but a youth, and he has been a man of war from his youth. But David said to Saul, your servant used to keep sheep for his father. And when there came a lion or a bear and took a lamb from the flock, I went after him and struck him and delivered him out of his mouth. And if he rose against me, I caught him by his beard and struck him and killed him. Your servant has struck down both lions and bears, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be like one of them, for he has defied the armies of the living God. And David said, the Lord who delivered me out of the paw of the lion and from the paw of the bear will deliver me from the hand of this Philistine. And Saul said to David, go, the Lord be with you. So, crazy thing here. Remember, this is an agreement, a verbal agreement, but an agreement between Israel and the Philistines, that whoever wins this, that the one-on-one battle, will cause everyone to be the servant of the other. I don't have time for a duel yet. It's alright, I needed to do that. Back up, jellyfish. He didn't back up. How do you... Should I roll through that? I might give up on this guy for today. Actually, it's probably about time for me to get off. Okay. And Saul clothed David with his armor and put on a helmet of bronze on his head and clothed him with a coat of mail. In essence, symbolically, Saul has he's just put the king's armor onto David. So David is blessed by the king himself, given his armor. He doesn't accept it yet. This is where we get into the humility of David. Says no to it, and it is too big for him, but he says no to it. And I think it's interesting how, like, a man like David, who is truly humble, is also formidable. I've killed lions, bears. We're going to see that he takes out Goliath as well. And David strapped his sword over the armor, and he tried in vain to go, for he had not tested them. And David said to Saul, I cannot go with these, for I have not tested them. So he took them off. Hold on, I lost my spot. Then he took his staff in hand and chose 5 smooth stones from the brook and put them in his shepherd's pouch. His sling was in his hand, and he approached the Philistine. And the Philistine moved forward and came near to David with the shield bearer in front of him. And when the Philistine looked and saw him, he disdained him, for he was but a youth, ruddy and handsome in appearance. And the Philistine said to David, Am I a dog that you have come to me with sticks? And the Philistine cursed David by his gods. The Philistine said to David, Come to me, and I will give your flesh to the birds of the air and to the beasts of the field. And David said to the Philistine, You come to me with a sword and with a spear and with a javelin, but I have come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. To this day the Lord will deliver you into my hand, and I will strike you down and cut off your head, and I will give the dead bodies of the host of the Philistines this day to the birds of the air and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel. You see what he's pointing to here? He's pointing to God's glory. This is like a total faith thing. It's like, hey, this is not about me. It's not about my strength. It's not about what I've got going on. This is about the glory of my God, and he will have it. All right. I don't know if she's going to calm down. And that all the assembly may know that the Lord saves, not with sword and spear, for the battle is the Lord's, and he will give you into our hand. And when the Philistine arose and drew near to meet David, David ran quickly toward the battle line to meet the Philistine. David put his hand in his bag and took out a stone and slung it and struck the Philistine in his forehead. The stone sank into his forehead, and he fell on his face to the ground. Uncomfortable. She's so sad. We're gonna have to go. We'll add more to this tomorrow. Because I got to talk about the 5 stones and the other stuff, and then the death of. So, we'll discuss more tomorrow. You guys have a good day. Won't have it. All right. See you all tomorrow, same time. Oh no! All right.